Hi guys, welcome back to my Moto3 career, episode 2. As you've seen in episode 1, we did manage to get the win at Qatar, the first race of the season. Wasn't great qualifying, but we managed to pull through in the race. This episode we are again at Qatar. It is a double Qatar start of the season. I'm hoping to get some good results again. Here you can kind of see we're just using the development points that we managed to rack up from the last race. We're just getting some engine and frame new parts developed. All I'm doing here is just kind of seeing what contracts we could potentially be offered, what teams are interested in us, and see where we can go. Not really interested in them, but it's nice to see what options we have. Just looking through the different Moto3 teams here to see what kind of potential chance we have. Obviously you can see these teams down here. It's a very low chance of us actually being able to sign for them. Obviously we're not really planning on signing for them, we're just kind of having a look to see what contracts we can find. And here's some more different sponsors that we could potentially sign with our Moto3 team. But we're quite happy with the GoPro Honda. Here we are, just checking kind of what's ahead in the calendar. So we have got Portugal next. Just making sure that we're happy with all of the different sessions that we've got. Again, we're choosing free practice 1 and 3, qualifying 1 and 2, and then the race. Goal in this qualifying session is to play on the third row. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. Last session, obviously the qualifying wasn't particularly great. We did manage to pull through. So we'll see what we can get. You did notice there I have gone out on worn tyres. Again, it's the same as last weekend. I'm happy with the tyres and I want to keep a fresh set for the race. Let's see what kind of time we can get put down on our first lap of qualifying, flying lap. See where we can position ourselves on the grid. This rider kind of puts us off going into that first corner by swapping to the side right in front of us on our braking point. We still managed to keep the corner okay. We're still very wary of him just there, and he has just come out of the pit lane on a slow lap, which isn't great for us. The first sector, we're already got a pole position time. There's not many riders actually being out yet, so that kind of doesn't particularly give us any insight as to where we are. Very wide into turn 6 here, just missed our braking point. I've got a little bit of sliding from the rear tyre, but again it's worn, so I'm not particularly worried. As long as I can get a good time set down, then I know the power that we have and the times that we have will be good for the race on fresh tyres. Lose the rear end there. Then we're now 2 seconds under the current pole position time. But as you can see, there is only 8 riders currently got a time put in. Here we come now, down the start, finish straight. Managed to lap at 2 minutes 10 seconds, which is 2 seconds below, quicker than second place. As you can see, obviously we clearly finished first in the qualifying, yet we've managed to get by 1.5 seconds starting from pole grid. I've gone from both hard front and rear tyre just to get the duration of the race without having to sacrifice pace because of the grip. Bit of a wheelie off the start here. Lose a couple of places because of that, because we did have to slow down slightly. Into the first corner in 4th place. We do lose a few there, but again, we're just being a bit sceptical and not wanting to get hit up the inside and then lose the bike. Put back there to try and get up the inside. Wide on that corner, just from braking on the rumble strips at the side, trying to get that extra bit of track just to get past Anthony. Of course, our favourite corner, which we just kind of follow the guys' lines in front of us, which seems to help us get through the corners quite well. Little tap there on Antonelli just as we try to cross back and get into the getting loads of power through the second right hand. Actually pushing us off. Fine, we lose 2 positions, but we're still up there with the guys. We've almost completed our first lap of the race. Obviously started pole position, we're coming around the last corner in 4th. We do know that we have the power against these going last race. Use that to our advantage and just sail nicely into first position again. A little bit wide into turn 1, but managed to get late apex. Here all I'm trying to do is just get a nice gap between me and second place, so that if I make any slight mistake, I've got that little bit of leeway first. A little bit hot into that corner, but then you can see kind of because of the gap we have to second place, we're in no pressure of them trying to overtake us. We've still got 1.2 seconds ahead of them. Kind of run at our own pace throughout this whole race and hopefully get another one. Very wide on the exit of that. Totally messed up the corner really. Got around a second gap coming into the last, which we know we can increase going along this straight. Then just to try to cushion anything that may happen in the just quick look behind just to see how far behind the lads are. And obviously, as you can see, they're over 1.5 seconds behind now. Another fastest lap from us there at 2 minutes 10, which is about our qualifying pace. You can see just from that start finish straight, we're already at 2 seconds, over 2 seconds gap. We managed to pull a second just because of that start finish straight. Getting quite comfortable on the bike. This 2021 seems totally different physics to 2020. Obviously the braking is massively different. On 2020 you could use the rear brake to kind of just take that bit extra power, a bit extra speed off into the corners, whereas on this game I find using the rear brake is nigh on impossible. The rear end basically just wants to come round, wants to back it in to any corner, but it doesn't really seem to shave off the speed as well. Most of my braking is just done by front. Obviously great, but in corners if I want to knock off a bit of speed, using the front brake isn't always the safest as I don't wheel to do. Because of the big mistakes we've made around this lap, we now are less than a second ahead of second place, which isn't really a great lead. See what we can do. Again, building up a nice comfortable gap between us and second place. Just so that if we have another horrible lap, bit of gap, bit of safety. Again, really struggling with turn 60. Can't seem to get the braking point on. Keep going wide. I didn't manage to keep it control. Did get stuck before the corner. Now you can see we're only putting second ahead. We've made a lot of mistakes on this. Try and make up a bit of time here on the part of the circuit. See whether we can get a bit more of a gap. Again, just a bit of comfort. That's all we're after. Very wide. A bit speed, which is again letting the guys catch up. Laps left. We have been leading since the start of the second lap. Not exactly comfortably. We have been quite comfortable at certain parts, but then we've been making a lot of mistakes, costing us a lot. see as well the right side of our tyre is starting to wear very quickly, which isn't really going to help when this is bright. Very loose again, going 10. Managed to get stopped and round the corner, which is very loose. Bit of a slide there going first of the three. Now back up to 2.2 seconds. Not quite sure what happened there. Seemed to lose concentration completely. It obviously cost us nearly half a second there. Got to start our final lap of the race. Hopefully bring home another win. There's another fastest lap, so that lap was actually quite good. There was a few mistakes where we could have been better, but we did manage to shave about half a second off that lap time. You can see here on the entrance to most corners, it's very loose. The back end just seems to be sliding. Don't seem to have much control over it, which isn't giving me much confidence. We have nearly got a 3-second lead here, so as long as on the tyres. Very wide into turn 5 there. Just totally missed the braking zone. Gone from a 3-second lead to 1.5 second lead because of that wide turn 6. A little bit wide in turn 10 there, not particularly good. Very wide on the exit. Here. As we brake, bike just starts to kick, the rear end slides, it then grips and kicks, basically high sides us off the bike. Obviously we've gone from first down to 20th there. We also took off another 2 riders who are in the top 5 there fighting with us. Isn't great. We've only got this last turn. So we're not particularly any damage on that. We kind of threw away the lead there. We could have just been a bit calmer going into turns. Pushing and pushing as much as we could, which then cost us this victory. We do manage to get 2 guys on the straight, so we get up to 16th, but it's not really a result we're after. It seems though we were in first for pretty much all of that race, which isn't going to help our championship fight.
Let's take a look at the final.
He's just a clip of it. He's the replay of that. See, we're sliding. We're nearly like parallel to the track, and the bike just gets flipped. I think that was a Costa that hit us, and then we hit. It wasn't great. We messed up that race there, and hopefully we can do better in episode 3. Thanks guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel and come back for more.